One thing I learned that changed the entire game for me is you can't get chosen if the government doesn't know your name. So tonight I'm going to share a way for you to access some networking events in your area. And they're in the room, we're shaking hands, decision makers are making real connections. But that can't happen for you if you don't know where to find the networking events. So there's a couple platforms that I want to share with you tonight that are going to be very helpful to get you to networking events and put you in the correct room. Because a lot of events that are in the area are free. Every event that I've went to besides one has been completely free through the SBA or through local counties. So a majority, about 90% of networking events you don't have to pay for. And I'm going to show you a couple of my favorites. When I went from zero to over 300,000 in contracts, it wasn't just because I had all the right paperwork. Honestly, what it was is that I was in the right rooms. That's what it really boiled down to. I was around a lot of big decision makers, constantly shaking hands, introducing myself, learning the challenges that they're currently going through so that I can provide solutions, right? Um, it was because I showed up to events and was networking with a purpose. That is very important in the government contracting space. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'm going to share some platforms that you can use to get into the right rooms, because a lot of big decision makers are at networking events. They travel a lot. You might start seeing the same faces over and over again. And let's be honest, your face is your brand. Yeah, anybody could check your website, but people still want to meet face to face. A lot of agencies and government contracting officers have been in this space for a long time. Make yourself real. That's a great piece of advice, because nowadays there's a lot going on with scamming or fraud. You want people to know that you're real behind your emails, behind your proposals. I even attach photos to my proposals, just letting the contracting officer and the agency know, hey, I exist, I'm real. This is a photo of me. You can check my LinkedIn. But networking events make you real, okay? And there's something that you should really be doing within the space. So let me share my screen with you. And I'm also going to do a quick audio check really quick, and then we'll get into it. Also, drop your state in the comments. Drop your state in the comments. State. I am from New York State. What state are you from? Let me do a check really quick. All right, so okay. All right, we're good. Let me share my screen with you so I can share my first choice, which is, I'm not sure if you ever heard of a platform, but it's called Eventbrite. You don't need a login in order to be on Eventbrite, but a lot of the times in your local areas, there's so many good networking events that I'm pretty sure if you know about them, kudos to you. But if not, Eventbrite is a great resource for you to get in rooms with decision makers. And then think about it. Entrepreneur, now this is in my area, exclusive power hour. Today at 12:30, it was free, right? This would have been an opportunity for you to network. So you don't just have to be at government contracting meetings or networking events. You can also show up to events that are local in your area where you can meet subcontractors who can collaborate with you and help you on a project, right? So this was today, July 9th, 12:30 to 3. This would have been a phenomenal networking event for me, right? Because I can get in the room locally in Buffalo. It was a 2.5 hour event. And just a little bit about it was If you're the owner of a CEO or Fortune 500 company, this half day online summit is for you. So it was online, and if you notice, it was free. Okay. Um, so there was a couple things that you can expect, and then the event topics were things like business growth, social media, leadership, grants and funding. Eventbrite is a perfect platform to go on. Here's another one in my local area, and what I did was I just searched up here networking events, and things popped up in my area. Category, you can pick business, and there's something coming up next week. Networking with a purpose, master the room, how to network like a leader, embrace change, structured networking for women of color. This is a good one right here. I think I might attend this. Buffalo Big Business Tech and Entrepreneurial Professional Networking. This is going to be a good one. This is a great opportunity to meet subcontractors, and I want to be a part of this. So this one they're charging for refund policy 7 days before the event. 2025 with Buffalo's best professional networking affair. Please join us for an evening of creativity. They even put a video there. Um, so this is kind of like what you can expect. Like, look at all the people in the room that are networking together. These could be potential collaborations or meetups for you to network with people who can really help you. You can collaborate with anybody in the room. So this is what you will expect in this event. Name tags will be provided. Make sure you bring enough business cards. The dress code is business casual, 6 to 8 in the Buffalo area. One drink minimum, which is really probably that's a great policy. One drink minimum. It will help support the venue as they are holding space for us. That's so you spend money at the event. Um, you must be 21 and up. So I love Eventbrite. There's so many different networking events on here. Manufacturing Connect, that would be good for me, or a job events because I'm in logistics as well. So all of these are free. Business networking in Buffalo, hospitality, finance, blockchain, engineering, free business network mixer. I mean, you want to be in these rooms, so do some research on Eventbrite. Either look up your location where the magnifying glass is, or you can write networking events in the search tab and everything will pop up. Now, on the left, you'll see filters. What you're going to do, once you put networking event up here, you're going to come over here and click business, and that'll pop up all the business networking events in your area, which is super helpful, right? So, Eventbrite is one. Okay. Another one is a small business administration. Let me give you this website, eventbrite.com. eventbrite.com, right here. That's Eventbrite's website. Okay, so write that down. Come back and watch this as much as you need to. If you like what you're hearing, subscribe, like, share the live. Also, tell me what state you are from in the comments. And then we have the SBA, Small Business Administration, where you can find upcoming events. Their website is sba.gov, and you can / events if you like, or you can just pop up on sba.gov and search. You can search events, right? And I put hybrid. You have an option here. So I put in events in the search bar. You can type a keyword, maybe like networking, things like that. So here's a good one right here, in person. This one was today. 19th Annual Government Opportunities Business Conference. This is in Wisconsin. It was free. Webinars, Selling to the Global Market, free. Boots to Business, that was in person. SBA Small Business Meetup, Pearland. This one was in New York and New Jersey. BA Benefits Informational Webinar. I mean, so many good networking events to come to, but if you want to go to them and you're wondering where to search, Eventbrite, SBA, those are the first two. If you need to create a business plan or you're into commercial real estate, I mean, look at how many of these are free, right? The SBA wants to help. There was one that was coming up in my area. 8A business development. I know a lot of people are trying to get into the 8A space. Federal certification program. That's a really good one. That was today. It was online. So do you see all of these networking events that are really, really helpful? Small business tax insights. There were a lot of these were ran today. Oh no, you know what? It's after midnight, so a lot of these are today. Small business home office edition. Okay, so these ones have not been. All right, so today, because it's after midnight, 10 to 11 a.m. There's the organizer, the host, the type of event. It's giving you a description telling you this workshop provides critical insights into maximizing deductions, maintaining accurate records, and ensuring IRS compliance. If you wanted to register, this is with Texas, right? So is it, let's see, is it online? Oh yeah, it's a webinar, right? So you would add your information in there. So they're asking, how did you hear about the event? We'll say SBDC. And even though it's in Texas, you could still attend because it's a webinar, it's online. So successfully registered, and I'll be attending that in the morning. So that's a good way for me to, stay organized in my business and my company. Um, right? Oh, I hate when this happens. Okay. So SBA, that's a good one. Let's go back here because there was a lot. Now that I noticed that, okay, beginner's guide doing business with the federal government. That's beginner friendly. That would kind of cross into the other one that I just signed up for. So I'm not going to sign up for that. But there's a lot happening today on the SBA as far as like customer experience, 8A, preview event. Virtual business meetup, Nebraska Women's Business Center, banker, accountant, insurance, legal, open often hour. There's a lot on SBA. And as you can see, it's in multiple different states too. Getting ready to start your business. That would be good if you're just starting in government contracting or you just opened an LLC. That's a small fee, but no worries. But a lot of it is free. Okay. So Eventbrite, this is SBA. So many different ones to choose from. And then I just recently came across something called govevents.com. Now, I wasn't really able to find too much on here, but it's one more platform that you can use to be able to look at networking events. So there's a keyword, network events, right? So veterans in business, These are later in the year. This one's in California. The Veterans in Business VIB Network National Conference is excited to be in beautiful San Diego, California, November 12th and 13th. So this is govevents.com. Fed Insider, this is webcast, so that's a webinar. PAI is the largest distribution center network. That one's a webcast. This one's for IT in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's in person. You want to go to the ones that are in person. If you're going to go to the networking events that are online, I suggest you turn your camera on if you have the option. Like I said, your face is your brand, so you want to make sure that you're turning on your camera when you're going to these networking events so that you are seen. You have the opportunity to meet other people, right? Like you have the opportunity to meet other people. Why, like, you need to turn your camera on. If you're in New York and some of these people are from Texas, Cali, like, Oklahoma, turn your camera on so you can mingle with them and create connections, and they have a face to the company name. That's just what I would do. That's what I would do. Like if I was in a webinar, I would make sure my camera's on. And I'm in a program right now where they always tell us it's mandatory to have your camera on. It's actually kind of rude not to. Like nobody wants to talk to a blank screen, right? I always felt like it was rude not to have your camera on during an event. So, all right, restart. Let's see, leveraging data and analytics. That's a webinar. So a lot of webinars. Over 30 pages worth, it looks like. One in Jacksonville, Florida, Melbourne, Florida, Indiana, Virginia, Digital County Survey Awards events, Philadelphia, PA, Boston. There's a lot of good ones coming up in person. VA, Virginia. Whoa. Florida. Looks like there's a lot going on in Florida. Digital Government Summit 2025 brings together public sector leaders and technology professionals to explore innovative solutions to solve government problems. Y'all see that right there? This. The Digital Government Summit is an event that brings together public sector leaders and technology professionals to explore innovative solutions to solve government problems. The government has a problem, they want you to solve it. They're asking right here, they're telling you, come to this event so that you can learn our challenges and help us solve our problems. Okay, you heard me say that in other videos, all right? And it's very clear right here. They're having this summit so you can help them. Okay, so that's another one. Govevents.com. And then I have one more. Let's keep looking on this one. Now, this one is aimed just at government contracting. July 17th at the Main Street Station for a remarkable day of learning. Be a part of innovation happening in the great state of Virginia. So that one's in person. These are webinars, Google Public Sector Workshop. There's a lot on here. 2025 NGB, that's in Arizona. Like, look at all the options that you have and all the portals that you can use, right? Utilize these portals for networking events, but at some point you have to come from behind the computer, okay, and show your face and who you are in the company. There was one that I went to, a matchmaker in 2024. I sat down with the agency for 10 minutes. They enrolled me in a free bonding program. I've been in that bonding program for over 9 months, every Tuesday at 3:30, and now I'm getting ready to graduate in New York City, right? So congratulations to me. But I would have never gotten that opportunity to sit in that bonding program and learn everything that I have learned if I didn't show up to networking events, right? And that event was an hour and a half away in Rochester, New York. So I took an hour and a half drive, very, very peaceful, went alone, showed up business casual, capability statement, smile on my face. And I walked away from a free event with more information that I've ever gotten in any event in government contracting, and was also enrolled into that bonding course. That course taught me how to write proposals, what the agency was struggling with, QuickBooks, just all of these different things, like, construction terms, so many different things that they help me with. I have great relationships that I can walk away with, but none of that would have never happened if I didn't show up to that networking event. All right, I have one more, and I'm not too familiar with this one, but I wanted to share it with you. It is called, excuse me, GovCon Events AI. This one is not very familiar with it, but I did see that things were popping up on here, so I want to share this one as well. Eventbrite, SBA, govevents.com, and then this one's GovEvents AI. Let's see what we can find on here. The Government Contracting Network event provides a platform for attendants to connect directly. That's what you want. You want to be able to connect directly, like face to face, like, hi, my name is what? My name is who? That's what you really want, is to be able to just be face to face. That's the best way. Um, so VHA Procurement and Logistics Office, that's in Virginia. So there's a registration link. You can share the event, copy it to the clipboard, or say I'm interested. You can click the little thumbs up. So yeah, Las Vegas Small Business Expo 2025. So trending GovCon events, Virginia, World Congress 2025, Digital Transformation Summit. So there's a lot of stuff on here. Let's just take a look. Exploring contracting and subcontracting opportunities with NASA. That's a good one. Wednesday, July 16th, 10 a.m. to 11:30. The webinar is specifically designed for small businesses interested in working with NASA as contractors or subcontractors. I also have to let you know, a lot of people mention the term middleman and subcontractor. Just to let you know, the government knows what that means. The government is well aware that people are subcontracting out work. That's why there's rules and regulations for subcontracting. Okay, they are well aware of what subcontracting and middleman means. Middleman and subcontracting mean the exact same thing. Okay, there's really no difference, but the FAR, puts a strategic document in place for subcontractors. Some contracts allow it, majority do, but that's why you need to read and understand that if you're not allowed to subcontract an opportunity, it might be best for you to move on unless you're bidding as a prime. The session covers critical topics, including identification of subcontracting opportunities. The cost is free. I love me a free event. Yes, I do. I like a free event. Available through Eventbrite. See, you're going to have to register through Eventbrite. And then we were just on Eventbrite here. So all of these, platforms are connected. Well, at least this one is govcon.events. This is the AI tool. So yeah, NASA is looking for people to come and learn about exploring contracts and subcontracting opportunities. So I was just up working on a contract, and I thought to myself, I was thinking about networking events. I said, let me come on, share some portals that you can, um, just share some portals that you guys can all utilize, because you need to be able to walk into a room, show up with your capability statement, dress business casual, and really just be yourself and be the face of your company. Okay, that is very important in this space. You don't want to sit behind a computer forever. People want to get to know you, who you are, the character, the smile. They want to see your face. Okay, but I thought that would be helpful. So utilize these platforms: eventbrite.com, sba.gov, um, GovCon Events AI, and govconevents.com. Those are the four that I'm going to give you tonight. So utilize them. Just put yourself in a position to show up in rooms. Even if you're scared, push forward. My first networking event, was I scared? Yeah, I was scared. I drove an hour and a half. The whole time I was worried, and it went absolutely phenomenal. So get in these rooms. Don't be afraid to show yourself and who you are. Explain your capabilities to people who have the ability to make big decisions. Um, but you have a service and a product to offer, so don't be scared to get into these networking events and show what you can do. Right? All right. So I just want to jump on tonight. I was working on a contract pretty late, but utilize these four portals so that you can get in the next networking event. Make sure you are subscribing, liking, and commenting. I would like to know what state you are from. Okay, even if you're watching on replay, hashtag replay. Okay, so I want to know if you're watching on replay, but subscribe to the channel, like the channel. Whatever you are thinking that is good, think bigger. And I also want to give a huge shout out to everyone who made the purchase for my masterclass coming up July 24th at 11 a.m. via Zoom. Anyone who purchased, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love all of you, all my subscribers. All the support that I've been getting has really, truly been a blessing. So thank you for joining the masterclass. It's going to be something you want to get into. There are 9 spots left, $97. It's something you want to be a part of, because the overall outcome is going to be winning a government contract. So if you're frustrated, you're trying your best to win a government contract, you don't know where you're going wrong, the master class that I'm having on July 24th is the answer. Okay, the link is in my description. Like, subscribe, share for more content. I will talk to you soon. Bye.